The surprise attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, was a devastating blow to the United States, but it also galvanized the nation into action. The response was swift and comprehensive, transforming the U.S. from a country hesitant to engage in World War II to a dominant force in the global conflict. Immediate political and public reaction. The day after the attack, President Franklin D. Roosevelt addressed Congress, delivering his iconic Day of Infamy speech. His powerful words united the American people, and Congress declared war on Japan with near-unanimous support on December 8, 1941. Public opinion, which had been divided over entering the war, shifted decisively in favor of full-scale involvement. 3 days later, Germany and Italy declared war on the United States, prompting the U.S. to join the Allied powers in fighting the Axis on both the Pacific and European fronts. Military mobilization. The U.S. rapidly mobilized its armed forces following Pearl Harbor. Recruitment drives saw millions of Americans enlist, and the draft expanded to build a formidable military. Shipyards and factories across the nation ramped up production, creating ships, planes, and weapons at an unprecedented pace. The Pacific Fleet, though heavily damaged, was quickly rebuilt. Aircraft carriers, which had escaped destruction at Pearl Harbor, became the backbone of the U.S. Navy's new offensive strategy. Strategic responses in the Pacific. The Doolittle Raid. In April 1942, the U.S. launched a daring air raid on Tokyo and other Japanese cities. Though militarily minor, the raid boosted American morale and demonstrated that Japan was vulnerable to attack. The Battle of Coral Sea and Midway. By mid-1942, the U.S. Navy had recovered enough to engage Japan in significant battles. The Battle of Coral Sea in May marked the first time Japan's expansion was checked, while the Battle of Midway in June dealt a decisive blow to Japan's naval power, turning the tide of the Pacific War. Economic and industrial efforts. America's vast industrial capacity became a cornerstone of its response. Factories shifted from civilian to military production, and the government implemented rationing and war bond programs to support the war effort. Women entered the workforce in large numbers, symbolized by Rosie the Riveter, ensuring the supply lines for the armed forces remained strong. Unified resolve. The attack on Pearl Harbor unified the American people like never before. Patriotic fervor surged, and the nation committed itself to achieving victory. The tragedy of December 7th was transformed into a rallying cry, "Remember Pearl Harbor," which inspired soldiers and civilians alike. The U.S. response to Pearl Harbor was nothing short of transformative. It propelled the nation from isolationism to global leadership, setting the stage for the Allied victory in World War II. The resilience, determination, and unity shown by Americans in the wake of the attack remain a defining moment in U.S. history.